John, Claudia. Ladies and gentlemen, family, friends, and fellow officers. We're here today to remember and honor not just a service dog, but to remember a true hero and an inseparable companion. Today we bid farewell to a loyal and a dedicated member of our law enforcement community, a canine who served with distinction and unwavering commitment. Behind every badge, there's a unique story. And the story we tell today is one of an extraordinary partnership between Officer John Vargas and Canine Nix. The bond that develops between a police officer and their canine is truly special, transcending the conventional relationships we have with our four-legged friends. This bond is forged in a crucible of shared experiences, trials, and the unspoken understanding of each other's strengths and vulnerabilities. So today I'm going to tell you the unique story of John and Nix. When you select a canine and a handler, you are trying to actually pair a team, a working team. You need their personalities and their quirks to complement each other. And we all know John's kind of quirky, so it was kind of a challenge for us. Actually, Nix wasn't the first canine that we picked out for John. We picked out another one that John renamed. He renamed him Lobo. Once down at canine school, Lobo had a couple of health issues, so we decided we had to take him back halfway through school. Not to mention, I was a little nervous about that, and I think John was a little nervous too, because I wasn't sure we'd be able to find a replacement to get him through school on time. But by a stroke of luck, and some of us might say fate, I received a call from somebody who said that they had a canine if we were still looking for one. They said this kennel nearby had a last-minute arrival that we might be interested in. So of course I was intrigued. I called John, I said, let's take a road trip. So John, Jesse Geiken, and myself loaded up our gear, and away we went. Once Nix came out of the kennel, we immediately put her to work. Jesse acted as a decoy, and he ran her through a battery of tests. Nix had a lot of energy, to say the least, but she also displayed a lot of courage. No matter what exercise we conducted, she didn't flinch, and actually the more challenging the exercise, the more she seemed to enjoy it. After we completed all these tests, I knew she was a keeper, and I think John did too. The first thing I thought was, God, she's gonna kill him down at canine school. But I had faith in John, and I knew that he would handle the challenges that awaited. So John loaded her up in his squad, and off they went to school. John and Nix completed canine school on time, and they came back and started working the streets. I can't tell you how many times John came into the office frustrated, thinking, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do with her. She's so pig-headed and so strong. So I would talk to him for a while and talk him off the ledge, and he'd walk out of the office and he'd go back at it and start plugging away. Those who have not experienced this unique partnership or bond firsthand might struggle to comprehend the depth of connection between the handler and the canine. It goes beyond mere obedience or duty. It's a mutual understanding, a silent language is spoken between shared glances and subtle little cues. The handler and the canine become an inseparable team, each relying on each other for support, protection, and comfort. As the time passed, you could see the bond develop between John and Nix. They became a synchronized team, and they began to read each other very well. I came to the conclusion that she was the best partner for John, even more so than a police officer. I mean, who else is going to sit in the car silently and listen to John talk about dimensions and space aliens? The dedication required in this line of duty is not merely a job, it's a way of life. The handler and the canine share a commitment of something greater than themselves, a commitment to the safety and well-being of others. The time and sweat John put into this work was impressive, to say the least. John and Nix worked tirelessly, often in challenging and dangerous situations, embodying the true spirit of public service. A canine is more than just a tool or a resource. They're a living, a breathing embodiment of loyalty, courage, and selflessness. Canine Nix willingly placed her life on the line every day, not out of obligation, but out of love for her handler and the unwavering dedication that she had for John. She understood the dangers she faced, yet her loyalty knew no bounds, and that faithful day on January 28th was no exception. Canine Nix fearlessly pursued a suspect. She did not waver, and she did not hesitate. She pursued a suspect right alongside her handler, and fearlessly put her life on the line to protect her handler, to protect the community, ultimately giving her life to save others. Today, as we mourn the loss of K9 Nix, let us also celebrate the life that she lived and the countless lives she undoubtedly saved. Her unselfishness, bravery, and loyalty serve as a testament to the noble character of our four-legged heroes. May we never forget the sacrifices made by our canines and the handlers who stand by their side, facing the darkness together. Even though Nix is no longer here, John, I guarantee you that the memories that she's made with you are going to be future training tools and lessons that she's taught you. Rest in peace, K9 Nix. You have earned your well-deserved rest, and your legacy will live on in the hearts of those who are privileged to know and serve you.